doing at Polytechno Girls. We are super excited to connect with all of you today from different parts of Kenya and beyond. And we are super excited to have our alumni joining us from different parts of the country, as well as community members as well. So welcome all. So my main aim, the major reason why we are holding this webinar is to enlighten the community members about how powerful Flutter is in ensuring that we create cross-platform tools. So I'll leave it to my colleague, Joanne. We have a remarkable team here. We have Joanne Nabusoba, who's the lead Flutter, the program manager for Flutter program. We also have our alumni joining us today. So I'll give an opportunity to our project manager to talk a little bit about Flutter and lead us on how the program has been engaging young women across Kenya, and then we'll proceed from there. So Joanne, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. Thank you.
Awesome.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That is our Deputy Director, Miss Aisha. I'm Joanne Nabusoba. I'm a mobile developer as well as the lead of the Flutter Code Hack program. And I'm super excited to have you guys here in our webinar. And the aim of this webinar is to actually enlighten you on the importance of Flutter as a tool and how it has really grown. So Flutter has been a tool that we started using at Polytechno Girls at around 2020, and it was during a program we called Code Hack. Yeah, it's during a program we called Code Hack, and it was a virtual COVID-19 edition. And we were actually free to allow the young women to use any platform that they are interested to do. And one young lady developed a program with Flutter, and it's still hosted somewhere in Play Store. We'll share the links as we progress. And the interest grew because the support of Flutter and also the growth of it has been really visible. So in 2021, the young women who did Code Hack used prototyping tools, of course, that is Codula and MIT App Inventor, wanted to progress with their applications or to build the applications to run in Flutter. So we started just a volunteer program where these young women can be able to build this to just learn about Flutter as a tool. And it really grew because I'm happy to say that around in this year, we were able to have a program called MobiPeace Hackathon, and we really entirely used Flutter, and we have 3 apps in Play Store, of which you're going to talk in another segment of this, in another segment of this webinar. So we are really excited to share with you that we have a remarkable team here of young women who are able to build the applications in Flutter and who are going to share their roadmap. They're going to talk to us, or they're going to share with us about how how they've learned Flutter, how they find it, and also what you can do if you are willing to build your applications using Flutter. What is it as a tool? How can you use it to build your mobile applications? So these are the many questions that these young women are going to enlighten us with. And also feel free to ask the questions at the chat. The chat box is open. Post your questions. We'll be here to answer you. Make sure that you make this as engaging as possible. We encourage you to be as curious as possible, because I know there are many other tools that you are using to develop your mobile application. So we encourage you to ask. We are very receptive, and no question, let me just assure you, no question is stupid. And we would just like to, basically spread the Flutter gospel. So most welcome again, and thank you so much, Miss Aisha.
Thank you so much, Miss Joanne. You already heard it from her. Joanne is the lead project for Flutter Code Hack program that we are doing with the 35 young women in across 5 counties in Kenya. Thank you so much for opening our session today. So today we are not doing much of talking. It's more of like sharing what our alumni have learned and how best or what is the pathway for you to start developing mobile applications with Flutter. So I'll take this opportunity to introduce our alumni who are also part of the Flutter program that we are doing. These are remarkable ladies who have done remarkable activities and volunteer work at Funny Techno Girls, and it's super exciting to also have them join us in the Flutter program that we are doing at Funny Techno Girls. So we are going to give them an opportunity to introduce themselves, and then they'll go ahead and share what they prepared for us today. So I would like to welcome one of our participants, that is Deka Mohammed. So Deka Mohammed is a student at Pwani Techno Girls. She has also volunteered in training some of our programs physically in Mombasa, the Code Hack program that is ongoing in Mombasa. She joined us this year to learn web development, and we are super excited to have her assisting and mentoring young girls in our space, as well as joining our Flutter program that is happening and empowering young women across the county. So I'll give an opportunity to Deka to introduce herself, and then she can go ahead and tell us what she prepared for us in understanding the pathway to developing mobile applications with Flutter. Deka, can you hear me?
Yes. Thank you so much, Aisha. Hi, everyone. My name is Defa Mohammed. I'm a web developer and app developer. I'm currently using Flutter to create an app, and I'll take you through this webinar, and hopefully you guys will get an insight on how we can create app using Flutter. So let me share my screen. So hopefully you guys can see my screen.
Yeah, we can see.
Oh, you can, okay.
Yeah, we can.
Okay, I'll start off. You can use Flutter for any screen. You can use Flutter to build. Okay, Flutter is an open source framework by Google. You can develop for both iOS and Android, desktop apps and web apps as well. The good thing about Flutter is that it is easy to learn and maneuver around. You don't need to be like a pro to use it. So, the community, and the good thing about it is that the community supports it. Anytime you get an error and you try to Google that error, you'll find someone that has already solved it. So, and apps created on Flutter are exceedingly in numbers in Play Store. Just gets to show like it's majorly used, and it is #1 trusted application. Flutter also simplifies and speeds application development. Flutter apps offer an excellent user experience. Okay, Flutter is supported by Google, and it is open to everyone. Apps that use Flutter, for example, Alibaba, we're all familiar with that, eBay, Toyota, BMW, they all use Flutter to create their application. Okay, when you start in Flutter, you learn the basics of Dart. Dart is a programming language used in Flutter. And what's unique about Dart is that it is very flexible because it can be compiled to multiple platforms, and it is productive because it supports hot reload. You can create You can create Flutter using that. And here are the topics or the roadmap you can use to learn that and start creating your application. Now, after you've learned the basics of that, you'll get to know about widgets. Everything in Flutter is a widget. When you create like a one screen app that contains an app bar, for example, it's like the top part of the screen, that's the app bar. You'll obviously have a title, photo, and so on. So the widget like will help you have a layout of your screen, UI design. So you can create a UI design with multiple widgets you put in one layout. Now we move to the applications you can use to run your Flutter. So IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. It is a software application that provides comprehensive facilities to computer programmers for software development. An IDE, it normally consists of at least a source code editor, and here are the editors. We're all familiar like with Android Studio, Visual Studio. The rest are Intelligent J, IDEA, Emacs, and Atom. So I'm familiar with Visual Studio. It's what I'm using currently to create my app. It's easy to run. It doesn't have a much bigger difference with Android Studio. You can use both. After you've learned about the Dart widgets and you're familiar now with the best IDE of your choice, you can now advance in Flutter. These are the recommended paths you can use. You don't need to use all of them, but functionality and navigation is a must. Getting packages is a must. You need packages. Also, you can create an application that you can use any state management like block, provider, and getX. You can use APIs to link with an external application like WordPress or PHP. And not to forget GitHub. GitHub is really important. You can use to store your codes so it's safe. You can also track your codes, the changes that you make in your code. GitHub will also help you to collaborate with other developers. And we have examples of my colleagues who created an app using Flutter. This was during elections time. So they made like a peace application. Yosi Shenasi. Joanne will talk more about it. Manasi. My colleague Helen, Winnie, and Lina created an app using Flutter.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Deka Mohammed. That is awesome. So maybe to just shed some light on what she's been talking about, these applications. We are going to share the link in the chat box for your review. Of course, Flutter as a tool has been used, is an open source tool, of course, by Google. And you can use it to build cross-platform applications. What do we mean by cross-platform applications? That is Android, iOS. We have desktops application that is in both Linux, Mac OS, as well as Windows application, and also you can build a web application with it. So that's how wide Flutter is. And we were able to team up with, of course, the young women from, it's no young women, actually the youth from 6 counties here in Kenya were able to build projects during the Mobi Peace Hackathon. And the 3 projects are at Pwani Techno Girls Play Store account we're going to share with you. It's the Semanasi application, Data for Peace application, as well as Jihusishe applications. And they were just aimed at enabling or enhancing peace during, before, and after elections to curb false spread of propaganda, and to also use the social media tools to be able to spread, to engage youth, to report hate speech, and also as well as making sure that we are able to, to have peace, of course. So having said that, as I'm going to post the links of the apps in the, as I'm going to post the links of the app in the Play Store, we have a practicals session, of course, and hand it over to Miss Aisha to welcome our next.
Sorry, Aisha, you're on mute.
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry, I was on mute. So thank you so much, Deka. So that is our student at Polytechno Girls. Deka is also a participant, as I said, in Code Hack, and really, really impressed with the far she has come. And she's actually also developing an application with the Flutter. So we are super excited to share the remarkable projects, the awesome sustainable projects that these alumni will be able to create by the end of February. So be on the lookout. We'll be sharing them on our website and on our social media pages. You'll be able to see what the girls have been developing. So our next presenter is who's also a student at Polytechno Girls as well as a Flutter participant is Rachel. Rachel is a fashionista, I can say. She's more interested in fashion, and she has really keen interest in fashion and also in technology as well. And we are super excited to have her join us today in exploring how we can create maybe a simple user interface with Flutter. So it's going to be a practical session. So just pay attention. Maybe you don't have a laptop ready, or you don't have the installation, the Flutter installed in your machines, but it's very important that at least you see how beautiful user interfaces, how we can create beautiful user interfaces with Flutter. But don't worry, we'll have more sessions coming up next year, and we'll be able to share so much in terms of Flutter installation and going deeper into databases and all that. So Rachel will open the session by maybe sharing some of the requirements, or what are some of the requirements, like your laptop or your machine should have before you go ahead and start installing even Flutter in your machine. And then she'll go ahead and just share a little bit on how you can create a user interface with Flutter. So Rachel, are you there?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Rachel. Welcome.
Oh, thank you. Good afternoon, guys. I'm Rachel Kamau, and I'm one of the participants at Techno Girls for the project Flutter project. I'm among the ladies who are developing their mobile apps. And today I'm going to demonstrate to you on how you're going to create a simple interface using Flutter with the simplest Flutter widgets. So I'm going to share my screen. Just a minute. Okay. Sure. Great. Okay. Is my screen visible?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Okay, guys. Now this is the code. Visual code. You first have to install it, and when you install it, when you open, it looks like this. Yes. Okay. You make sure that it has all the properties. It has this perspective. It has everything that is already here. Okay, and as I said, I'm going to demonstrate on how we are going to make a simple interface. And the interface that I'm going to show you today, here it is. We are going to make this interface. I hope it is visible. Is it visible?
Yeah, it is.
Yes, we are going to make something like this. So at the end of this demonstration, we are going to have something similar to this. Okay, so let's get started. We are going to start here at the scaffold. And as we all know, that the scaffold is like majorly like the foundation, just like in buildings that they must first have the foundation before building the physical building. So here in the Flutter, our foundation is the scaffold. So, and as we saw here on our interface, we have this text here up, and also we have a search button here. So we first start with the up bar. We press enter. Then we press up bar. Then we initialize up bar. And as we know, in the scaffold, we majorly have the app bar, which is the first text that appears at the top of our apps interface. And also we have a floating action button in the scaffold, and also we have the body. So as we saw in our app bar, we have a title. So I'm going to start, sorry, it has autofilled for me. So we first start with the title. Yes, the title. Then we say text. Sorry. Then we put the quotation marks. And as our text, it was poppy flower. We put poppy flower. Then we can decide to style our text a bit. So we say style, text style. Then we say colors. We say color. Then colors with a capital C dot white. Since we have seen our text it has a bit a lighter shade of white, so we can put that dot white. Colors here, it's supposed to be colors, sorry. Yes. Okay. Nope. Okay, colors. Then. Sorry. Sorry. Colors. Oh, sorry, guys. It's the color. Then colors. Dot white. All right. Come on. Colors. Yes. All right, then we come here. Also, we can say font size. Then say font size, we can put like let's say 5. Then we come and say font weight. Then font weight dot bold. Dot bold. Yeah, like that. Okay, you can see here there is, it is popping out, shouting out at me, meaning there is something that I haven't done right. Here a bit. So is it supposed to know colors?
It's correct. You can just remove the
Oh,
dot at white and
oh,
70.
okay.
Yeah, it's white
Oh,
70
sorry.
together.
Oh,
And color should now be small again. Thank you.
okay. All right. Is it? It's a small. It has
Small,
come to us. Let's see. Is it small?
small,
I
yes.
can't see. Hey, what have I done? Okay. Oh, sorry. That's capital. Ink. What am I doing? Yes. Something. Is it this small or is it? Yes. Oh, sorry, guys. I'm a bit tense, but kindly bear with me. All right, so we are done with that. Poppy flower. All right, then we can, to arrange our code nicely, we come here, we right click, then we come format with that. We say that so that it arranges for us our code so nicely. Then we come here outside our text. We say actions. So in the action bar, we are going to put an icon button, the way we have seen in our interface, and it has already auto-filled for us. So on the second on pressed, I'm going to delete it and replace it with brackets and a curly brackets also here. Perfect. And also delete this one. I put capital. It's supposed to be icon. This one. And also this to be capital icon. So to be icons.search. Since we are putting a search icon, we type search and we put our brackets. Ensure that you always put your commas so that you don't have errors. We can also format with that. We save our code and hot restart it. We see the changes. We see our progress, how far we have reached as per now. And also we can still style our icon here, still here on search. We can put it, we can give it color. We say color, then colors dot white, also a faint of white shade like that. Yes, and also we hot restart. Yeah, as we can see, it's restarting, and in a few we are going to have something here. While it's still loading, as we have seen in our UI, we also have an image here. So the next step that we are going to do, we are going to import this image. While still loading, we can still continue. Oh, I can see that. Yeah, it's there. It's almost just a few seconds. We give it a few seconds. It seems like it wants us to continue, then we look for the changes later. Okay, there it is. Yes, but yes, you can see, but in our colors, it's we can't be able to view it very nicely, and also our background is blue, so we can change this. We can remove this, the font size. It's not must, but you can still put it if you like it. So inside the up bar here, you press enter, then you say background, then you say color, dot red. Yes, since our color was red, yeah. So when we save this, there it is. You can be able to see how beautiful it has appeared. So we dive into the next step. So here we are done with our up bar. So you press enter. Then we start with body, small, sorry, body. Then we initialize container. Widget, they always start with a capital letter. Then you press enter. Then you initialize child. In this child, we are going to put a list view so that we can be able to view our image very well. We put brackets like that. Sorry, the list views should be capital V. That one. You press enter. And inside it, we are going to have children. Then you press enter, then container. Container is where we are going to put our now the main image in it. That's why we put the image there, the container there, sorry. Then you press enter. As you can see that our image, the width has filled up to here, and the height, it's about like 30%. So we are going to put those features. So we are going to start with the width. Then we say media query dot off context. Then outside here, you say dot size. Outside the bracket, dot size, dot width. Since the width it has filled well, then we also put a height. Then we say media query dot off context. Then you remember to come outside here, then say size dot height. Since we have seen that our height is like about 30%, you come and say times the asterisk 0.3. You say like 0.3, then you press enter. For us to be able to input our image, mostly you can decide to put a decoration. So we will put, as for us, we'll put a decoration, then we say box decoration, that one. Then inside box decoration, we will input image. Since it's the image that we are importing, Then inside the image we say decoration image, like that. Then decoration image, it has brackets like that. Sorry. Image. Then here we say image. Yeah, like that. I was wondering why the error was, but it's okay. I was impatient. Yeah. Now we initialize the image, and our image, I had already put it here in our asset. So it is here under this folder called the image. As you can see inside it, there is this image. It is called Flower BG, as I had already put it. So we say asset image, sorry, asset image, brackets, then quotation marks. Then we call it exactly as it is. We start with the folder. The folder is image / then we call it exactly as it is, flower bg.jpg. Mine is like that, so it is just like that. Then I put, sorry, here, what have I written? This is not flower. Yeah. There you go. Then I can still do this format with that. Yes, it's arranged for me the codes correctly. And here, as we have seen, it has fitted well. So I'm going to use fit, then box.fit. Yeah, here I press enter, then I say fit, then box fit.cover, since it has covered really well. Then I put also here, comma. I really love doing that. Then I do it like this. Then I save and I hot reload to see if our image has been set up correctly. Yeah, it is ready. Yeah, there it is. Now the next step that we are going to do, we are going to put this text, but first before that, we can see there's a space here. So we are going to put that space, then we do this part. Okay. So we come here, outside the container, we say size boxed. Size box is used to give spaces. So you say height. If you want to give spaces to your text and also to images, use a size box. We can give it a height of around, let me give it like, let me say 40. Yeah, I can just do it like 40. And I'm done with that space. Then we come, as you can see that, yes, the space is already there. Then after here, I press enter so that I input my text. Then I say padding. I'm going to start with padding. As you can see, it has already autofilled for me. So padding, I'm going to delete this, the second one. Then I say age and sets dot only. Then I'm going to use left. I'm going to say left 20. Then right 20. Yes. So that I can be able to, what have I done? Something is wrong somewhere. Padding here. Okay, a minute. I see where I've gone wrong. There's something that I deleted.
It's just a closing bracket, don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah, and a comma maybe at the end, but that's it. Yeah.
Okay. Legend sets dot all. And upper it was left. Sorry, left 20. Right, also I'll put 20 so that it balance 20.
Awesome. You can also use only, agent sets dot only, for you to use left and right only. Yeah.
Oh, I have read. Oh,
Awesome.
sorry.
No, you're
Thank you
doing
for that.
awesome.
Thank you. Thank you for that. There is out brackets. Yeah, there it is. Then inside here, I'll press enter, but still inside the padding. Let's say child. Then arrange my code. I'll use a row. That one. Then I press enter. Then children. We have so many children today. Then I press enter. Then expanded. I'm going to use an expanded. Then inside an expanded, this second child that you can be able to see here that has an error, I'm going to delete it and use a column. The reason why I'm going to use a column simply because as we have seen here, our code is like there is the top part and the second. So basically in the row, the items are arranged from top to bottom. That's why I'm using a column. And a property that is going to help me do that is called, I'm going to call it cross axis alignment. Then I initialize close axis element dot start since it's starting at the beginning. Yeah. Then I press enter, then say children. Perfect. Then inside that, I press enter, then I start with my text. Then I put some bracket, then I delete that. As we can see, sorry, what? Our image has disappeared. Sorry. Our text was, sorry for that, guys. It was poppy flower history. It was poppy.
You can kindly reshare your screen.
It has disappeared, or
Just a little. It's okay. Don't worry.
oh, okay, all right.
Awesome.
Is it visible now?
Yes.
Yes. So where have I left you? Where were we? So we are here writing our second text. It is poppy flower method mythology. Mythology. Yeah. In case I'm right, yes. And we can decide to style our text here. After the quotation mark, I put bracket, not bracket, a comma, then I say style, then initialize text style, capital C. I can decide to start with font weight, then I say capital F, font weight, dot bold. Yeah, dot bold. Then I can, as we see in our text, it's a bit bolder. So we can give it a font size of about 20. So I say 20. Sorry, I put a zero. 20. And I say format with that to be able to arrange our code nicely. Yeah. So we can start this and be able to see. Give it some few minutes. Yeah, so you can be able to see that we have achieved here the space and also this. So we are going to put the part that was having a text here. So after this text, we are going to put just a small size box with a height of about, sorry, put here instead here, height of about 5. I can give it 5. 5 will do. Yes. Then outside the size box, I initialize text. And our text was a bit longer, so I'm going to copy paste from the website that I took it. So just sorry guys, the internet manenos, but give it some time, a few times to load, because it's my internet, but I can see it's loading. Yeah, here it is. I had copied here. It was this poppy flower methodology. So I'll copy to where I want to put. This is just for the purpose of demonstration. Okay, let's just give it a few minutes. Where has it disappeared? There. Come on. Yeah, until there. I'll copy. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Come on. I copy, then I come here to our text, delete that data, then I paste. Control V. It was performance. I didn't copy it at all. Then I say format with that so that I can be able to see my code well. Yeah, that's perfect. So I can still style my text a bit. So inside here, you can just give it, I can say style, then text style. Then give it a font size, a font size of around 15. Yeah, 15. Then I put color, font size, comma there. Then I say colors dot black. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, and also here I forgot to put, I did the font size. I thought I had left. So when I run my UI, you can be able to see the changes that we have made. Then we dive into our last part, the last part. It has completed. Okay. Yeah, there it is. You can be able to see that our screen is coming up. We are remaining with one part that was here. Okay, let me see if I can find my list to show you. It was here, this one. Okay, let us give it time to load. So since we are done with our body, we come here in the container, just inside the outside the container, but inside the scaffold. Because remember, we said in the scaffold we also have the floating action button, and that's what we are going to input here. So we save floating action button, there it is. Then we initialize also floating action button. Then it comes with an oppressed property. Then we put, then we bracket, then curly brackets. Yes, like that. After the curly brackets, you put a comma, then you press enter. Then you put a child. You put a child when you want to put something inside something. Yes, something inside something. So like this, we're having a floating button and we want to put a text inside it. That's why I've put a child. Then I say text. Remember the quotation marks. Then I put something like start. Yes. Yeah. So I can save. So it hot reload. Can see. Yeah, you can see, but as you saw our first, it was having a red color. It was red. So we come here, we say background color, then we say colors, we say, sorry, color, can still do colors dot red, yes, dot red. We can name our text format with that, our code, sorry. Then we hot restart or hot reload. Oh, perfect. So you can be able to see here our demo. It's taking time to load. I don't know why. So at least at the end of it all, we have come up with a beautiful screen. As you can see, this is one of the advantage of using Flutter. It comes with material designs. You can be able to build beautiful apps which are very simple, like this one. We haven't taken long, but we have, at the end of it all, we have come with a beautiful UI. Yes. And thank you for your time and thank you for listening. I hope I haven't taken too long of your time. Thank you. Thank you. Back to you, Madam Joan.
Wow, you have really done amazing. Thank you so much, Rachel. And just a little background on Rachel as a developer as well. She joined, she was in the, Code Hack, Code Hack session. She prototyped apps with Codula, and then she's, yes, you can be able to hear? Awesome, awesome. Awesome, yes. So she was able to prototype apps with Codula, and now this is just like a 1.5 month training into Flutter, and she's able to code by herself and in a live event. So congratulations, Rachel. And now we are open. So Rachel, please don't go. We have a Q&A session, a quick Q&A session. Anyone with a question, Rachel can answer, and we can also answer as a team as well. Anyone with a question about Flutter, maybe you want to get started, maybe you want to learn, you want to build an application, feel free to ask. Awesome. Yeah, we are receiving the comments, of course, that I mean, good work, Rachel. That was beautiful. That is very nice. During the live session, of course, there were some questions here that maybe I can bring to your attention as we are waiting for more questions. If you have them, but if you don't, it's still okay. So will there be a recording after the session? Yes, there will be a recording. And then how can someone start learning Flutter as self-taught? So where can you get started to learn Flutter if you want to learn by yourself? So first of all, of course, you go to flutter.dev. That is official's Flutter website, flutter.dev. I'll just share in a few minutes. Go to flutter.dev. That is the Google's Flutter official website, and you can be able to learn about Flutter, how you can get started on whichever platform you really want to do. And of course, when you just go and click on Get Started, you'll be able to see you can install for Windows in your Windows machine. If you have Mac, or Linux or Chrome OS, you can do it. You can do it. So head on to flutter.dev. And then, of course, there is the development tab where you can learn how you can code with Flutter. We have code labs, we have YouTube videos, we have tutorials. That's why I'm saying head on to flutter.dev. And of course, we'll share more materials, but we have more content. We have a lot of content with Flutter, I mean, also on Medium. You can be able to go there and just get started to learn by yourself. You can build an app very fast when you go to flutter.dev. Awesome. So I hope that has answered your question. In case you want to get started, go to flutter.dev. And then let me see if there is any other question. No, no other. Okay. So are you be asking what is the difference between Flutter and other cross-platform applications? That's a very good question. So with other cross-platform, of course, we have the Facebook one called React Native, and also we have another one. We have a couple of tools, the cross-platform tools that you can be able to use. And what I can say is with Flutter, the base code is Ren, or the base of the code is Dart, and Dart is a programming language. But these other ones like React Native and native scripts, the base code is JavaScript, which is not a bad thing, of course, because our devices are fast nowadays. So you find that if you use a scripting language, you find that, of course, you have to have another layer to reach the machine itself, like the machine language. But if you're using a programming language, it is compilable. That is that. And that's why Flutter is more powerful, and also the package size is small. The learning curve is good, and you can also build your applications. You can build your applications very fast and cross-platform using the same code base, like on both Android, iOS, Linux. Yeah, you can go, cross-platform with Flutter. This is not to discredit these other tools, of course. You can, if you want, of course, to do React Native, you can do it. Statistics still show that right now, Flutter applications are really growing on Play Store. Like you find that they are leading. That was about 2 months ago. Flutter applications are the ones leading on Play Store. So that means people love it. Yeah. So any other question? Oh, Titus is saying that was a brilliant presentation. Good job, Rachel. Rachel, that was amazing. Yeah, that was amazing. Awesome. Any other question before we do a closing and how we will reach you to share? Awesome. So Hamis, you're asking any YouTube channels? Yes, of course. Flutter itself has a YouTube channel. Flutter's official YouTube channel. They're also on Twitter. They're also on LinkedIn as well. They're not on Facebook, but they're on Twitter and LinkedIn. And you can be able to see more resources there. And also, we will share this with you. Of course, at the end of this meeting, I saw most of you are signing up with your emails. So we'll make sure we share this with you and for your review in case you want to get started. But Flutter's official YouTube channel is there, and it always releases content like packages of the week and so on. But other than that, we have individual channels of preference, and we'll keep on sharing that as well with you. Okay, so oh, you're asking, oh, so awesome. Thank you for sharing that as well, Hamisi. Any other question? Thank you as well. Okay, so just to close, as you can see, uh, these young women have been able to demo. Like, of course, Rachel has represented a group of 35 young women who have been able to learn Flutter in just 1.5 months, not even 2 months, just 1.5 months, and they're able to create their own applications. So this a motivation. It was majorly a session for to be as a motivation to you that if you want to get started, even the learning for you, you can even do it at a lesser time, of course, because of course our girls have other commitments and the sessions were just 3 times a week, but you can dedicate your time and learn more on Flutter and build your applications and even share. So also we have other webinars coming, so I hope you don't mind if we share with you for us to advance more in Flutter. Right now we've just started with user interfaces, we maybe where you can get started, how you can install Flutter, but we would like to advance so that you can build your own applications and release it to the market. There are other topics like state management. How do you handle the state of your application using a database like Firebase, using APIs, like if you want to link your application with a website that you've built, an e-commerce website that you've built, how do you go about it? So there is more coming next year. So we really want to encourage you that if you would still join us and support us, and maybe as you learn Flutter, you can be able to also join in and do a webinar with us as well. So we really want to encourage you that there is more from our young women coming next year to share more about Flutter and an advanced version of Flutter as we progress. So having said that, yeah, we'll keep on sharing. I hope you have, I hope this has been an eye-opening session. Having said that, I hope this has been an eye-opening session, and we look forward to sharing with you more of this. So thank you for joining us today. Thank you for supporting these webinars. You have been able to create time and join us today for 1 hour, and we are going to call it an end for today. So have an awesome afternoon ahead, and thank you for joining us. Bye, everyone.